Welcome to Career Insights. The Career Insight series features local industry professionals engaged in conversation with students and recent graduates about career planning and job opportunities in Polk County, Florida.
Hi, I'm Patty Gander. I'm the facilitator of today's session. We're really happy to have everybody on board, all of the high schools, as well as all of our presenters today to kick off Manufacturing Month. And now we have USDA Duso Box Company, Kyle.
So a little bit more about background about me. I am a USDA grader by moonlighting. Weekends and holidays. I work for Duso Box as their lead design engineer. And then I also now work with Country Pure Foods as their packaging engineer. And we're having a lot of corporate changeover right now. So my little cubby hole, yay. Duso Box is in Orlando, Florida. Similar on par with PCA or MaxPack, as previously mentioned. We're corrugate manufacturers and corrugate suppliers. There's a little bit difference. Everybody has different machines. Everybody has a different abilities to do certain things. So Duso Box has been around for 67 plus years. We have expanded and we are going to expand again. In the beginning part of next year, we're adding over 100,000 square feet to our facility. And we have about 100 employees in 2 shifts. First shift is, of course, the most filled shift from about 4 a.m. to about 1:30. And then second shift is from 1:30 to 11. We moved back when I was hired, we moved into a new facility, which is this new facility. So we expanded quite rapidly. Positive things about Duso Box and that make us kind of really unique is that we are G7 certified. So G7 is a print mark to say that our color quality is within a delta E less than 1. We get it renewed every year and make sure that we're keeping with our delta E. So as for the lady over there that works with Coke, she will tell you that color for Coca-Cola cans are very, very important. And so creating a G7 certification allows us to make sure that we're hitting that color mark to make Coke happy. We're in Central Florida. We're in Duso Box. We've been here since 1967. Over on the right-hand side, it's a family-owned and operated business. They're by the Kellys. There's Old Man Kelly. There's Richard over to the left and John over to the right, which is the CEO. So if you look on the bottom, you can kind of see where we were, which was old 1967. It looked like Orlando wasn't even on the map. And then today, we've got a great big gigantic warehouse on par with Amazon. So a little bit about Duso Box and kind of what we do is we start with, you come in as a customer, we're secondary and tertiary packaging and POP displays. Point of purchase displays. So what you're going to start to do is you're going to bring us your package of coffee or whatever, and you're going to tell us what you want with it. If you want a secondary carton, or do you want a point of purchase display? Do you want a little tabletop that's going into 7-Eleven? From there, structural designers will make your box, make your design of what you want. We'll put on organization for art. We have art on site, and if you do need to put art in, we have graphics artists available to help you, to assist you with that. So they understand our structural point of view and they can assist you in putting your art on so it doesn't look like it comes out backwards. From then, if you send us art, then we'll pre-flight it, which pre-flight just means that we'll look it over, make sure that everything's right, and we'll probably do a digital mock-up. We have several different thousands of machines as well as a digital press. And then from there, it's proofing. We make sure we're okay, you're okay, color coordination, matching, everything is copacetic. You're happy, we're happy, we sign off. Digital mock-up is just another round of proofing to make sure that you read everything that you want to read and you're understanding what you're getting. Digital is a little bit different, not as big color coordination, color specifications as some of our bigger machines. And then we have CAPE, which CAPE, if y'all are familiar with, or you will be familiar with, once you come in to packaging and manufacturing, CAPE, it just means a palletization layout. So everybody has a palletization layout, what best optimizes production and packaging. And then we'll do that for our side for knockdown KD boxes, as well as we'll do it for the consumer side if they need to have how many you're going to fill in a pallet, what their warehouse pattern is, things like that. We'll go into estimating the CAD and it just goes in all one circle. So if there is a change, we go through the whole process all over again. Duso Box really pushes to have speed in market. similar to MaxPack or anybody else, but we try to really push it. We are delivering within 2 weeks. So that is from design, manufacturing, color proofs, everything to out the door within 2 weeks. So just to kind of give you some ideas of what I've worked on in the past, and some of them go into Walmart, some of them go to Publix, Walgreens, everywhere. We need to know where it's going because everybody has different specifications that they all want and they all need. This is actually a company over in Lakeland or Auburndale, I think it is, the Kick Corporation, and they deal with Prestone and some bleach products and things like that. So we work with them on unifying these brands and bringing them to, this one actually goes to Walmart on the right hand side, and the other one on the left goes to Home Depot. So even just between the two, we had to make them differently because of the different market specifications. And all that comes into engineering and packaging engineering as well. So we have to think about how much all those cartons weigh, if they're going to be shipped in place or they're going to be co-packed. And then on the right hand side, you see a little de-icer, which of course we use all the time in Florida. This was actually for New Jersey, going up to New Jersey into their Home Depot for a de-icer. We also do retail ready. So basically they get into the store, you've probably seen it in Publix or stuff like that, where they automatically have the corrugate that's ripped off and put onto the shelf. So we also make those on site. So the Prestone over to the right, you can see is where it is all boxed up on a case erector. It is put in, formed, sealed, and then over to the left where the consumer or the retailer then basically rips it open and puts it onto the shelf. And then in the center is another just POP/PDQ tray that represents what the customer wanted. And this actually went into Walgreens, but they wanted a lot of graphic space. So just a little bit of a case study that we have done. This is also with Johnson & Johnson, who now owns Organics. They wanted, over 8,000 displays, and they wanted it in Walmart, Hy-Vee, H-E-B. So we had to make sure that we had all those specifications and built around all of those together. There's always books, there's style guides. As I said, everybody has their own. We have them all on site. We want to make sure that we know what we're doing. So something about Duso Box, and actually these are pictures of a facility about 2 years ago. So these are actually quite recent and quite new. This is digital department. Digital department is mainly for short runs, anything less than about 500 quantity. Digital press, it's like your big inkjet printer at home, the top one. It goes back and forth, and adds micro droplets on to the board. Boards also have different substrates to give it different sheens and finishes, as well as we can also add sheens and finishes at the end. And then over on the bottom side are two high-speed CAD tables. So they're similar to CNC machines and different, but basically the idea is they take a digital output and then they make what you drew on a CAD drawing to be reality. And these actually have cameras lined up underneath the sheet feeders, so it diminishes registration error by our operators, and they can actually continuously run. So we have a lot of hands off trying to create automation. This is actually the reason why we had to move to our new facility in 2016. This is the Gofford. I know the pictures kind of don't do it justice, but if you look at the bottom, those people are about 5 foot. So you can kind of tell how massive this machine is. It is a 5-color flexographic press with a rotary die cutter inside, which is so nice because you can print and die cut in line and you don't have to worry about changeovers or changing machines. Big engineering thing is about efficiency. So we don't like to have changeovers. We don't like to have machine shifts as much as possible. We want to have as little as possible to keep our efficiency up. This one is very, very huge and very, very cool. Some things about it is actually we can run 2 colors, we can run 5 colors. So those little doors in front right here, we can lower different plates and put on new plates while the machine is running. And then, so this way it limits our changeover operations and we don't have to worry about, having a changeover for an hour. Additionally, we've got flatbed die presses and folder and gluers. Flatbed die presses are better for registration and smaller, more sophisticated jobs, mostly in E-flute. The easiest way I can explain to the children is when you go to McDonald's and you go to get your hamburger and it comes in that carton, most of the time it's made out of F-flute. E-flute is just a little bit bigger, but corrugate is everywhere and all the way around you. So we have straight line folder gluers. We have gluers that can do some very, very complex things. I often get in trouble with production because I design and create something and they wonder why I do these things to them. So I say it's to challenge them and get them the best on that machine, but they still don't like my answer. Some of our other capabilities, and right there is our production manager, Joe, with our old maintenance super manager, Julian. And we actually do a Kiwi system. So everything is centralized into a database for scheduling, outputs, everything like that, where it's scheduled to go, and keeps on record and track of it and quantity and things like that. So it is quite amazing that you can get all that data, and then you need data people to take that data and put it into charts that actually make sense for the rest of us. Sustainability, nice keyword that everybody always says. Corrugate is the best. Plastics are getting there. They're getting better. Engineering is working on it. Materials engineers are avidly working on trying to get plastics to be better. But 98% of our facility is recycled. Anything that's scrapped off the blank, or if we even do have rejects, it can be recycled. It is loaded up onto a 53-foot trailer and shipped over to a plant mill and recycled probably within a week. So here's some of those places that we serve, and here's some things that you might have seen. There's Pinch a Penny Live Trends. There's some OGX club business, Sam's Club, Costco, just some more Walmart, Walgreens, club business. We do 3D renderings as well, just some boots and different things. If you actually go to downtown Orlando, you can actually see the hard seltzer one in the pool. And thank you.
I don't think people really realize the level of complexity and engineering it takes to create the packaging for the stuff that we buy. Thank you to all the panelists that have presented. I have a couple of questions that are in the chat that we'll start with first.
Most of your students will be graduating next summer. Keep an eye out. There are some new and additional resources that will be coming to Polk County.
How much of your production in Lakeland is distributed directly to Publix?
I want to say the majority of our products, mainly our breads, we do a lot of BOGOs with Publix. So every other month, I believe, or every 2 months, they're having a different variety of bread as a BOGO. So I would say the majority was, probably like 50%.
What role does technology play in manufacturing currently and into the future?
For us, it plays a huge role in growth and being able to diversify the solutions and customize the solutions that we offer customers further. As Saddle Creek has grown, and I would say pretty much every company on this panel has been in the same boat, has experienced a lot of growth. Technology helps us grow faster. We're not replacing associates with robots. We're adding this equipment, adding machinery, adding automation that helps us, add additional customers and associates, and also, a lot of the automation we have helps make the jobs that our associates do a lot more. A lot easier, a lot easier to train. We've got some automated robots in several of our omni-channel fulfillment facilities.
How old do you have to be to work at the distillery?
The majority of our positions are actually eligible at 18 plus.
Okay.
There are a few that require 21.
As additive manufacturing becomes more available to households, how does the industry stay competitive with the widespread use of 3D printing technology? So who's utilizing it, and what are your thoughts on that?
We use it occasionally. We find that in most applications, additive manufacturing allows us to make something that is just too difficult to make through other processes. I mean, if you have a 5-axis mill, maybe, but that puts a lot of cost into sometimes a very small part that if you don't need it to be extremely robust, you could make easier through additive manufacturing.
From my experience in manufacturing and all the manufacturing companies that I go to, a lot of organizations utilize 3D technology for prototyping, but they also use it for developing manufacturing fixturing, because one, it's quick to develop, and then as the product changes, the cost used to be incredibly expensive to go out and get fixtures made, and now they have the capability to create their own in-house fixtures as well. What product takes the longest to make at the distillery?
Some of our sangrias, probably. We have a red sangria, white, rosé, watermelon, passion fruit, and peach. And so each of those have probably, I'd say, 18 to 25 different ingredients and varying amounts and quantities of each of them. So I'd say those are probably the most complex, therefore requiring the most time.
What could we collect to partner with New Cycle to contribute to your incoming stream of materials?
That's a great question, and I didn't cover some of it. We are under a permitting for us to take in materials from manufacturing and industrial areas. Right now, we take nothing from the residential areas, although at some point the permitting might allow us to do that. Now, if you're talking about your school system in particular, that is something that we could definitely look into. We take anything you think about packaging types of material, and I wish I had pulled my video up because I have a live feed of my plant in action right now in operation. I wish I could have showed you that. And you'd see it all, like Rooms to Go just laid out their entire recycling compactor that came in. And it's a mixture. And the benefit of us is that all that material that's been mixed, all your packaging, your cardboard, your wood, your plastics, your film, styrofoam, all that stuff that's not traditionally able to be recycled is coming to us. And anything like that, your paper, you guys throw out paper, cardboard, anything that comes packaged to your school systems, all of that stuff is what we use in our secret sauce to make our great fuel. Good
And they had a
question.
follow on. Does that include PET material or HDPE material?
Both.
Okay.
We take every plastic. What we stay away from is the one for pipes for your sink.
PVC?
PVC, thank you.
What about styrofoam?
Whoa, styrofoam we take, absolutely, styrofoam. And it has a high BTU value because the plastics we add a little juice. The majority of it is of our product is not plastic. The majority of it is a fibrous material, your papers and your cardboards and your woods. About 15% to 20% is plastic.
We're pretty much to the end of this. I hope that the students that are online, if you were on the fence with manufacturing as a career, I hope all of our panelists have shoved you hard off that fence and into the manufacturing career. If not, let me know if you're on the fence and I'll come over and give you a poke personally to make sure that happens. I want to thank all of our panelists. We appreciate it. We know how difficult it is to carve time out of your very busy day. So carving time out to talk to students is greatly appreciated.
I wanted to reiterate what Jamie had said about cost of the programs. There's so many. If you think you can't afford any of these programs or afford to go to college, there's grants, financial aid. There's so much available money out there. If you think you can't afford to go to school, chances are you can go for free.
Hey, this is Tom Thuma at Mulberry High School. I'd like to interrupt for just a second. I'm not sure all the schools know this, but over the summer, the state legislature added the scholarship program for any CTE program. If students can earn up to 0.5 CAPE funded certifications, then they can get Bright Futures paid for. They can get 80% of their college paid for through Bright Futures. And we're right now trying to identify our seniors who might be at like a 0.2 or 0.4 that we can get over the hump to get into that 0.5 range. We think this is a tremendous opportunity for those that academically just aren't going to get the Bright Futures, but now have an opportunity to pay for 2 years of associate school and have all that training ready to go for you manufacturers.
Great information. Thank you.
Outstanding.
Appreciate that.
Please, high schools, reach out. We'd love to have you come out, show you our hands-on equipment, show you what these manufacturers look like. There are some variety of opportunities to come out and partner with us on some different things. So if you're interested, please reach out to me. I put my information in the contact. We'd love to have you come out here and learn more about our programs.
Great. So to be respectful of your time, we're a couple minutes over. So again, I want to thank you very much. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week and a wonderful manufacturing month.